My name is Raymond Riley, as he's just said. The Promise to Keep program has taught me so much over the last 3 years. I've learned the rights and wrongs of life, the do's and don'ts of high school, and that the quietest kid should always be called on for the skits. As a mentor, I have been able to present 2 different topics to many different middle school students. There were times when the room was so silent you could hear a pin drop. Then there were times when the kids were so engaged we could hardly finish a question without hearing answers yelled across the room. But no matter how the atmosphere of the classroom was, the students took away the message. This year and the previous year, I think my group's topic really helped the kids. We made everything really fun and interesting. The skits were always really good ways to break the ice and have a good laugh. I think there were even a few times when a star was born. Regardless, and it isn't always easy to talk about love and relationships with 8th graders. We really had to bring down the awkward level to get through to the kids. There were always challenges, kids that act out, kids that don't pay attention, or even kids that don't speak very much English. But we were able to use different tactics to draw them back in. It all came down to showing the students that we were in the same position as they were a few years ago, and we made the decisions that they will have to make. The trial and error of our ways gave them a living lesson on what to do rather than blindly making their own decisions later. As a teenager, I've been pressured by people to behave and think all sorts of ways. People have literally told me that drugs make you cool. The whole time, though, I just think about what our former principal, Mr. Davis, always told us. If you can't look your parents in the eyes and tell them what you're about to do, then don't do it. And I think about what our Catholic theology teacher, Miss Say, has always told us every single Friday, my entire 4 years of high school, make wise decisions. Being a mentor and Promise to Keep has made me even more aware of this. Whenever I'm out in the community, there are going to be kids that watch what I do and follow my example. And I want to set the best example possible, so I carry myself with as much dignity as I can. I firmly believe that there's a need for programs like A Promise to Keep in our community. I learned a great deal when I was in middle school. Sure, it was really awkward when my cousin was one of the mentors, but it was really inspiring to see her in that role. And I've presented to my brother, my cousin, my sister, and I was really excited to have that opportunity to pass on the same wisdom, and I hope that mentoring and A Promise to Keep will stay a tradition in my family for years to come. I was able to take away a lot from these experiences, and I hope that others can do the same. And as I go off to college next year, I know I will be able to confidently make moral decisions using the lessons that I learned from the Promise to Keep program, and I couldn't be more thankful for that. Thank you.
Thank you. Our last peer mentor for today is Alex Asbell from St. Paul the Apostle Parish in Greencastle. Alex is a senior at Greencastle High School and was one of the very first mentors at St. Paul Parish in Putnam County. He is very active, participating in tennis, swim team, and he's on the National Honor Society. He participates in theater, plays piano and trombone, and is student council president. Other than English, he also speaks Italian, and even though it's a dead language, he speaks Latin. Some people really love Latin. When asked what his favorite moment from high school, or most memorable moment from high school, it was skipping school to get ice cream. He currently teaches 7th and 8th grade students at his parish in catechism, and to quote Alex, he loves being Catholic. Please welcome Alex.
I'm Alex Asbell. So when my parish joined the Promise to Keep program 3 years ago, I didn't really have any idea the impact it would have 3 years later. When asked to join, my initial reaction was a hesitant, I guess so. I didn't know really anything about the Promise to Keep program. I just thought, hey, I get to help out some kids and that's that. That we would talk, they would listen, and we would move on. But the more we worked together on this, and the more involved we got with the kids, the more we contributed as people with our talents and our time, and most importantly, our experiences, we began to see the beauty of this program. It's a program dedicated to making bold, joyful Catholics, young adults who are unashamed to simply do the right thing. As Christians in the 21st century, we are faced with many challenges from this world, a world which has a very different outlook on life. And because St. Paul's is the only Catholic church in the county, what we do and a promise to keep is extremely important. The kids need reassurance, and they want reassurance, and they need that model with whom they can relate. Because as high schoolers, we've all been there, and we know what challenges they're facing. They just need a little push. Now, on our third year, the program at St. Paul's is thriving. We have a great group of kids on fire for their faith, a wonderful bunch of mentors, and some truly dedicated staff. I would like to thank each and every one of you here. We are truly blessed to have a promise to keep in our diocese. And I want to thank you all for the time, commitment, and love you have shown to our brothers and sisters. And I can assure you, what you have done has truly made a difference. Thank you.
Let's give one last final round of applause for all the mentors.